because I was watching an interview with Kobe,
Well,
and they
what's
asked.
the topic you going with?
I'm sorry, we're gonna go with the NBA super teams.
All right.
And I was watching an interview with Kobe, and the interviewer asked him, "What does he think about?" First, he talked about who would be the best of all times. Of course, he asked him that between he and Jordan and everything else. But then he went on and asked him his thought on the fact that the NBA players have so much input on the movement of the players and creating these super teams. And I thought that was interesting. Personally, I say, you know what? I mean, these owners have been doing this for years, and the fact that these young boys now are starting to get to the level where they can get involved with the business of the team, it's whatever. I don't have a problem with it. What are your thoughts, Knight?
Well, the guy that we're talking about basically is LeBron James, because he's the only one right now that really has the power to dictate
No,
who's
but the
playing on
other
the
players
team,
do.
pretty
The other
much.
players are like, no,
Or him and maybe
it's a bunch of them, Knight.
uh,
Now maybe they can't go sit in a meeting with someone, but they're saying, they're forcing trades.
they want to
and
play with this one and that one.
Correct,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, I got
exactly,
what
right,
you're
right,
saying.
right. Bring this person in.
I think that's horse shit. Like, me being like I used to be an athlete, right?
Right.
You said,
Why do we give that up?
Huh?
I'm listening. You said you used to be.
I hear an echo. What's
I got
going
it.
on?
I got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, being that I used to be an athlete, I kind of don't have respect for somebody who wants to stack the deck. Like, you know what I mean? When to me, like, I could never see Jordan being like, even though he did get Scottie Pippen, but that was a natural, that was natural. You know what I mean? If you got people in your system that you drafted or traded for, something like that, that's cool.
I mean, but isn't
just
that the
like
same
the super
thing, though? I
team,
mean,
like how Brooklyn did it, how the Lakers trying to do it, and all that.
See, but I mean, but this is my thought on the door, Night. Like I said, though, the owners have been doing this for years. The owners have been trading. I hate to use the word pieces. Even that word is a little rough.
Yeah.
But trading players from here to there, and so the fact that now players are involved with that process, I don't have a problem with that. But I also think that that it forces some of the other teams to then get involved with it, because if you don't, then you get left behind. I think that this is a part of the way things are going to happen now. I just don't have a problem with it.
I just don't like it, man. Like because it makes it where all the talent is in one spot or one or two spots. That's bad for the NBA. What about the lower market teams?
But you do.
You know what I'm saying?
Have talent on other.
No, I'm not saying they don't have talent, but if you got 4 superstars on one team, and you going against this team, we got one superstar and a guy that was drafted who's getting ready to be a star or something like that. They don't have no really shot against a guy that got 4 superstars.
Yeah, they do. Now look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee won last year, right? How many superstars on that team?
Well, that's Giannis. That's different.
Exactly. How many superstars on that team? So I mean, and I think
but see, everybody, Chris Middleton is underrated though.
Okay.
Chris Middleton is underrated on that team.
Still look.
Giannis didn't do that by himself.
I'm not saying that. I agree with that 100%. But looking at it from a high level, though, I think that it's not always a matter of going out and getting all superstars. It's just realizing what your superstar, the role players that your superstar need around you to get you over the hump. Even when what's that team? Toronto won. That was just they only had Kawhi and a bunch of role players.
Right.
So I don't,
No, they had what's his name?
Is he a superstar?
He's not a superstar, but he's a good player. Pascal, what's his name? Pascal or something?
Oh no, but they had a bunch of role players. I mean, you could even argue. Well, now Golden State though, they have a couple superstars. You know, I think they're
Golden State, but that's all. They were all drafted. They were all traded. You know, it wasn't like, you know, they just we gonna max our salary cap out. Yeah, nah, you know what I mean? Like,
so I don't
let's
have
have some competition. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with it. I think that like I said, if the owners have been doing it all this time, and now you have the players that can get involved with it at that level, and have some say so and force it and realize the power that they have, I'm cool with it. All right, what's this? I
get
comment?
That. I'm just saying, like, you know, I like basketball like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I can't see Larry Bird or Charles Barkley
going to play at the Lakers, right?
You know what I mean?
But is that nostalgia?
They like, yo, this my shit. We gonna win it.
But is that nostalgia though? Is that the way that it was?
It's just like, you know what I mean? That's why, like Embiid, he one of my favorite players right now. Not just because he's a Sixer, because he's like, fuck it, we gonna do it. We gonna do it because I'm this shit. Right.
True.
Like, true. Ben Simmons don't want to play. All right, fuck him. We still gonna do this shit because I'm this shit, not because we need to bring this person, that person, this person.
But listen to this though. Are we going anywhere right now? No. So we still
we in the hunt for the playoffs. What are you talking about?
We're not going anywhere. Do you really think like that
they got a chance.
With the way that we're currently constituted, that we can go and win some? All right, let me read this thing real quick. Free agency makes it completely different. We don't like it because the players are controlling their own destiny. Problem is when they put their legacies on the line with the stacked
deck. Yeah, that's my point.
See, but what do you mean? What do they mean by put their legacies on the line, though? I mean,
because just like we mentioned, Jordan, he don't want nobody coming in talking about another superstar on his team. Man,
but is that crazy. Putting his legacy on the line, though? I mean, if he says,
because if you go into a team that already got 3 other superstars.
But nobody talks about that when they talk about LeBron. They don't say, well, he won a lot of championships. Well, look who he had with him. They just say LeBron.
These are the rings LeBron he won. At the time when he won those championships, he had Bosh and Wade, and that's what kind of started that whole shit off.
Right.
And that's why when people compare him to Jordan
he didn't put his legacy on the line.
His legacy was on the line. That's why right now more people consider Michael still above him as the greatest basketball player
because he did it with
Mike did it like I'm this shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get that. I do get that. But I don't think, I don't think that puts your legacy on the line, because I think when the history is written and we look back, I mean, sometimes we get into a deep dive when you start talking about the supporting cast and things like that. But for the most part, when you talk about rings, you start talking about rings.
You know what I mean? If you chasing rings to the point where you jumping teams to get on the best team, come on, man. That's not that will fuck with your legacy if you asking me. You know, if you asking a fan, like you know what I mean? Like if you asking somebody that's all about the competition,
right?
They ain't going that,
Yeah, I get that.